Welcome back to yet another interesting question of the exercise. In this question, we are asked to use a calculator to evaluate. We are given different expressions that are having the power and the root with different powers. So how do we solve it? We would again be using the calculator in order to solve it. So in here I have taken the calculator. I will be solving it using the calculator. However, every step that is to be noted and expressed is mentioned in the slide as well for you, because when solving the question you are required to express the work you have done, and every step should be noted and expressed for the solution. If you are writing the question or the expression and right away the answer in front of it, that cannot be considered complete. Therefore, it's very much important that when you're solving a question, all the steps are to be mentioned as well. So in here, I will be taking my calculator, and we will take a start with the very first question, which is under the root. We have 64 multiplied by 125. So we will do the calculation. 64 multiplied by 125. This is equal to 8,000. Now it is under the root, so square root of 8,000 equals to 89.4427191, which I have recorded the answer in here as it is. The second expression, as you can see, it is 2 cubed multiplied by 3 square multiplied by 6. So 2 cubed is equal to 8. 3 square, it means 3 multiplied by 3, which is equal to 9. And then we are having multiplication by 6. So it means 8 multiplied by 9 multiplied by 6 equals to 432. So under root of 432, or square root of 432 is equal to 20.784 as recorded in here. The third expression that we have, it is cube root of 8 square plus 19 square. So first we will solve inside the root. The powers will be solved. So 8 square, it means 8 multiplied by 8. So 8 multiplied by 8 is equal to 64. And then we have 19 square. So 19 square is equal to 361. So 64 plus 361 equals to 425. So the cube root, now in here we are having the cube root. Cube root of 425 is equal to 7.518 as recorded in here. Next we have, I have to move it up so that we can see the question as well. The next expression is 41 square, so 41 square is equal to 1681, and then we are having 36 square, so 36 square is equal to 1296 as mentioned in here. So 1681 minus, as we have it in here, 1296 equals to 385. So under root of 385, or square root of 385 is equal to 19.621. So as recorded in here. Then we have Square root, under the square root or inside the square root we have 3.2 square minus 1.17 square. So 3.2 we will do first. 3.2 square. This is equal to, sorry, I forgot the square, so it is 3.2 square. This is equal to 10.24 as recorded here. Then 1.17 square, 1.17 square, which is equal to 1.3689. In between we are having the subtraction sign, so we do the subtraction now. 10.24 minus 1.3689, that is equal to 8.8711. So now we have this under the root, under the square root or inside the square root, we write it as 8.8711. Square root of 8.8711 is equal to 2.978 as recorded in here. Then we have the cube root, 1.45 whole cube minus 0.13 square. So we use the calculator, and 1.45 cube is equal to 3.048625, and 0.13 square would be equal to 0.0169. We subtract it, we get 3.031725, and the square root of, the cube root of 3.031725 is equal to 1.447. Then next we are having 1/4, then square root 1/4 plus 1/4 plus, inside the root we have another square root which is 1/4. So first we take a start with solution from the inside the root. So 1/4 and 1/4, since the denominators are the same, it means we do the addition. It will become 1 plus 1 is equal to 2, so it will be 2/4. So if we further simplify it, 2 multiplied by 1 is equal to 2, and 2 multiplied by 2 is equal to 4. So we get 1/2 plus inside the square root we have 1/4. So this is what the expression becomes. Further, 1/4 inside this square root, we can write it as 1/2 and whole square, because 1 is, as many times whether we take the square or cube, it will always be 1, and 2 can be written as square of 2. So 1/2 whole square, then the square will get cancelled with the root, and we are left with 1 plus 2, or 1/2 plus 1/2 inside the root. Again, the denominators are the same, so the numerators are added. 1, so it is half plus half. Half plus half is equal to 1. Under the root, again, if we take square in here, square of 1, because square of 1 is equal to 1, right? So the square gets cancelled with the root, and we have in here, since there isn't any addition or subtraction, it means that there is multiplication. So 1/4 multiplied by 1 we get. So one numerator is getting multiplied with the numerator, we get 1/4. And 1/4 when divided, we get 0.25. So, 1 divided by 4 equal to 0.25 as our final answer. The last expression we have is cube root. Inside the cube root we have 2.75 whole square minus 1 over 2 multiplied by 1.7 cube. So again, as per the order of the operation, let me remind you once again that brackets are done first since we do not have the brackets, so the powers and the roots comes next in the calculation in the order of the operation. So we are having the powers, so we will first solve the powers and then we will move towards solving the roots next. 2.75 square is equal to 7.5625 and 1.7 cube is equal to 4.913. Then what we do is that this 1 minus 1 over 2 gets multiplied with 4.913, from which we get 2.4565, and then the subtraction takes place because in here we multiply 1 over 2 with this. As a result, we get this value. Then the subtraction when takes place, 7.5625 is when subtracted from 2.4565, we get 5.106. So the cube root in here in the scientific calculator, this is the sign for the cube root. We click it and then we put our value, which is 5.106. This is equal to 1.72. That's all for this question. I hope you have gotten much familiar with the use of the calculator with solving the question in this exercise. I hope the use of calculator is getting more familiar, more clear, and the order of operation in particular, be it the calculator or solving the questions without the use of the calculator. When we are having different signs of operation, the order of operation is very much important to consider when solving the question so as to get the right answer. I hope it's all fun for you while learning math. Thank you everyone and happy learning.